Hey guys, how's it going? Like Butter here, and today I'm going to be going over and talking about the amazing experience that I had this past week as a part of the Elite Task Force. If you don't know what the Elite Task Force is, basically a select number of people in the community got picked to be able to go out to the studio at Red Storm in North Carolina and play test 1.6 Last Stand, also give opinions and all that stuff here. Now, obviously, I'm under NDA, and all of the announcements on new content are going to come on State of the Game, so I can't talk about anything that 1.6 and Last Stand is going to have, but I can talk about my experience and give you guys kind of a rundown of how my week went. I miss you guys. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. If you don't know, I have a stream schedule now that I announced before the trip to North Carolina, and I am going to put a link to it in the description. Also, it's just 7 p.m. every day, 5 p.m. on weekends, so on Fridays and Saturdays, it's going to be at 5 p.m. Eastern instead of 7 p.m., and then on Sundays, I'm going to have off. But yesterday I did stream, so just because I have Sunday off does not mean that I'm not going to stream that day. It just means that I'm not planned to stream that day. If I feel like streaming, I'll stream it, But wow, was this experience something that I will never forget, because the Division is such a passionate game for me. Like, I've loved the Division. The Division has done so much for me. Like, the growth in my channel, both on Twitch and YouTube, are the reasons why I could afford to be a home buyer. The reasons I could afford to buy a brand new car. Like, the reasons I can live the way that I live now is all thanks to the growth in my channel because of this game. And to meet the people who made that happen was super, it was just amazing for me. It was such a great experience. Like, all the people that got picked for the ETF were super helpful, and we had amazing conversations talking about the future of the game and things to be changed and whatnot. And, it was so great to be able to talk to the developers of the game and give your honest opinions and not hold anything back, and to know that they will take everything you say, as long as it's in a constructive manner, and like kind of give us the, well, if we do this, it will change that type of thing. And the way they break it down and the amount of work that goes into this game, like, I don't think people understand. Like, we were there at the studio for 3 days, and a lot of that time was just sitting in a conference room, with PowerPoints going over like the future of like what things are going to change and how it's going to change the game. And if you change this, it will also change that, all this type of stuff. And it's like, I found, like, it was kind of a wake up call for me, because I never knew how much hard work went into game development. Like, I always knew it was hard work. Like, people say that live streaming and doing YouTube isn't a hard job. Well, it may not be a difficult job, because I get to sit here in the comfort of my own home and I don't need to, deal with bosses and that kind of thing. But it is very time consuming, and it is like mentally draining. And that's what I noticed about game design, is it's so mentally draining. And like, there was days where I'd come home and like I wanted to stay out, but I just couldn't, because my body just couldn't handle it. So it wasn't that I was, moving around and carrying big heavy stuff or anything like that, but it was the idea of mentally just critically thinking of each individual part of this game. It's so difficult, and I have so much respect for the people over at Red Storm and Massive. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I hope to be able to do something like this again in the future, and this is something that I will never, ever forget. So my traveling experience was not the greatest, but once I got there, it was definitely worth it. My first flight had an 8-hour delay. I was supposed to go at 10 a.m. in the morning. Ended up not being able to leave till 6, so I got there the first day super late. Never ever fly Delta Airlines, guys, please. Obviously, I didn't choose that because the flights got booked late, and I ended up getting Delta to and from the event. But oh my god, it was such a bad experience. And then so that 8-hour delay on the first flight, and then on the flight coming home, I had a connecting flight. So basically, I had to fly from North Carolina to JFK, which is the airport in New York City. You know, it's kind of ironic, New York City, considering the game is in New York City. So I went to North Carolina to give opinions on the future of a game that takes place in New York City. And then I flew to New York City and actually got stranded there because the flight got canceled. It got like delayed like 3 or 4 times, and then it eventually got canceled. But you know, luckily for me, like Delta Airlines, they put me in a hotel. They gave me a free meal and that kind of thing. So it was okay, but I just wanted to get home, man. It was such an exhausting week. Like, I didn't want to have to go there and deal with the air train and taking shuttles to here and there and buses and whatnot. Like, you know, what most of you guys who maybe live in a huge city are used to. I'm not used to that. I'm more of like, you know, someone who's always lived out in the country my whole life, where I'm just not used to that type of pressure of knowing what stop to get off of and what train to get on and this and that, and like thousands of people around in one area. And so I had like some really bad anxiety, but I got through it. I slept the night, jumped on my airplane at 7:45 a.m. yesterday, got home and, you know, took a nap and then was able to stream. So I'm happy about that. But yeah, dude, like, the experience was one of a lifetime. Like, I cannot wait to give you guys more information on the future of the game. I will say this, without, you know, crossing any boundaries. There is going to be a good amount of content for both PvP players and PvE players. And if you're like myself, who really likes PvP, but also enjoys the PvE side of things too, I think that this patch for players like that who like both are going to have a mind-blowing experience with the stuff that's coming up. So I'm so excited for that. Hopefully you guys are too. Going back and playing 1.5 after playing 1.6 is pretty difficult. The game feels very empty without all the things that are being added in the next patch. So hopefully soon we can get that information out. State of the game will announce things, and then I can talk more about the experience. But until then, it's a little, you know, hush-hush. I can't talk about stuff because of NDA and all that other things. And, you know, they want to get things changed and tweaked based on ETF feedback. So there's really no point in, you know, bringing things up now. But yeah, I'm just super excited. Like, I saw some Reddit posts about me that were talking about, like, how I don't have the best, like, credibility when it comes to, like, saying things are going to be good and then they're not. But I don't know. I don't feel like I've ever been like that. I think I was pretty open with 1.5 and how things, I felt like they were getting a little bit rushed, and how I thought that survival was going to be amazing. Like, I still think survival is amazing. So maybe it's just an opinion thing. I don't know. There's some people out there that don't like survival. I'm not sure why. But for me, like, the whole permadeath, like, you know, very, like, high risk, high reward gunfights that you get into in survival, like, I really like that feeling. And maybe some people don't. So maybe people, I don't know. Maybe people won't like the new content. I think that you guys will. They did a really good job touching each individual player and what they like, and brought a lot of new stuff. So I'm very excited. Hopefully you guys are excited as well. And yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys, like, you know, my experience was great. I miss you guys a lot though. Obviously taking, you know, 4 or 5 days off of work isn't great. But, you know, I'm excited because with this whole new stream schedule and everything, like, the stream yesterday went awesome. Like, everyone was super supportive. And, you know, I'm just really happy and really excited for the future of this game. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to drop the video a like. Let me know what you think. And maybe put in the comment section below what you would like to see in the next patch or in the next DLC. And don't forget, guys, a really cool thing is that this DLC is not delayed for PS4. I know there's a lot of people out there who are just kind of in the whole idea or in the routine of PS4 getting things a month late. That is not, that's done. The whole contract with Microsoft, you know, the month early exclusivity for DLC is over. So Last Stand and 1.6 will be dropping the same day for PC, Xbox, and PS4, which I think, you know, it's going to be way better for the community. I hate the idea of splitting the community depending on what platform you're on. Like, we're all playing the same game. We're all passionate about the same game, and you just know that this isn't massive. This isn't Red Storm. This is a, you know, decision that was made in the higher ups of Ubisoft and the funding for the game. So just wanted to let you guys know that everything will be like released on the same day. There isn't a release date. There won't be for a while. It's usually like, you know, we go through the same scenario like almost every patch where, you know, ETF, they want to hear feedback. Then there's a portion of time where we won't hear about anything, but State of the Game will be releasing dates for any upcoming events or whenever it's going to be coming out. But I wouldn't just worry about it like too much, because I don't think it's going to have a date for a couple of weeks at least. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop the video a like, and I'll talk to you next time. Take care, everybody.